I moved up here for grad school, I think it was May of 2005. And I also wanted to join a band. I'd played in a couple bands back in Athens, Georgia.
Me and Jay have been playing in projects over the years before Cloudminer started. At that point, we were looking for a new drummer, trying to restart things, and put up a Craigslist ad, and Dave responded, kind of rolled in with his cargo shorts and his flip-flops straight off the plane from Athens. He was more of a guitarist, so we kind of practiced with him playing guitar.
We've been together since at least summer of 2005.
At the time, Ian Creech was the drummer when they first started out. They had a demo. I ended up recording the first EP. We had a really good time doing that. And then Ian was moving, and Cloudminer asked me to join the band, and it was kind of a no-brainer.
Then we went on tour. You know, it was like a show a day, essentially. It was like another year, and then I was diagnosed, and so everything kind of came to a screeching halt. I don't know if I had a doctor or somebody who was aspiring to be a doctor, but his face when he came in was just, he looked like he was a deer in headlights. And he was like, yeah, you've got a huge mass in your brain. We had all these songs together, and then in the midst of this, I was diagnosed. I was like originally diagnosed with a brain tumor in December of 2008. At that time, we had a lot of bands requesting us to play with them and things like that, and of course we couldn't because I had to move away and seek treatment. So then I had a few surgeries, and then I did the radiation and the chemo. I was clean, I was good to go. So once we got back to, let's see, April of 2010, once I moved back up here, it was just, you know, it was essentially like we weren't even a band before. Reminding you of everything remembered, which was like the longest project we've had to date. It was like 2 years, and the whole idea behind it is we're just gonna have one album-length song.
A lot of it was done over the internet and through phone calls, and Dave would come back up to Philly whenever he could, but he was going through all his procedures. It gave the album a whole different kind of meaning and everything, because it wasn't us just trying to record songs. It was just sort of us coping with this, you know, this very serious situation.
We ended up using things from the writing sessions, rehearsal tapes and stuff, and collaging this album together, and he ended up mixing it at home, basically, as like a distraction, as something to put his energy into.
In a sense, we did start over again, because this latest record we put out is very different from the previous one. I think Jay and I and Bob, and we've all kind of thought about playing different instruments, and so we kind of added to the typical guitars, bass, and drums. There's one song that I have lyrics on. We've used horns in it. We definitely pulled from some of Jay's cello and things like that. We all kind of threw all these ideas together, and the way it all kind of coalesced was in this much more focused album. We have a 14-second track, and we have an 8-minute track. What we eventually decided to call Solace, actually, yesterday, which is the new album. We went to this studio called Red Planet Recording. We did it all like live recorded in the room, and then we kind of went back and added some things to it here and there, and then mixed it all down. And we did it fairly quickly for going into the studio. To a completed album. I'm really looking forward to releasing this album, because it's just, I think it's gonna kind of put us on the map a little bit. Just this last April, I started getting dizzy again. And then come June 4th, I had my second to last MRI, and it was back. And at this point in time, it's worse. You know, it's like, I want to get that out there. I want to, you know, leave a little bit of myself behind regardless of what happens in my situation. Just because not only do I love being a musician, but it's just, it's here and we're doing it, so we might as well put all of ourselves into it. I have what is generally considered a terminal disease. This is kind of what I'm doing to like leave an imprint of, you know, me being here on this planet right now.
When we first started, we literally all lived in one house together, and we did everything in that house. We practiced in one of the rooms. We did you know, our own screen printing of the CDs and the shirts and the flyers for the shows all in our own basement. We built the equipment to do that. From there till now, where we need a little bit of support to do what we really want to do with this album, which is to press it to vinyl and kind of represent it the way we feel like it should be represented, have something to show for our work.
I can't be here to play shows for us to make money and all of that right now. So we really need the public's help to help us out. And we're willing to give people something for doing it in the meantime. And it's not like we're trying to you know, be rock stars or anything like that. We're just trying to kind of preserve ourselves and what we've done and what we've put together. So we need your help. And so we really appreciate anything you guys can do for us.